Good morning. I'm going to do something that I haven't done in quite a while, and that is to film a what I eat in a day. So join me to see a little bit of how my day goes on the Optavia 5-in-1 program. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and I am living in the light by documenting my weight loss journey using Optavia's 5-in-1 program. As part of the Optavia 5-in-1 program, you eat 5 fuelings which come to you in your monthly Optavia box, and 1 lean and green meal that you get to make at home with a variety of different options. So today, as I go through my day, I might vlog a little bit and show you some things that I'm doing. I'm actually stuck at home today because my husband confiscated my car so that he could go to the fire hall because his truck is down. So for the next 24 hours, I'm without a car, which means no grocery shopping today. So I get to grade essays and do some planning, and thought I'd do a little bit of vlogging. So I always start my day off with coffee. I've got my first cup of coffee ready to go here. I drink my coffee black. So putting stuff in my coffee is not something I ever worry about, but that might be something that you have to consider. And you can use some of your condiments that way if you need to use some sugar-free creamers, or I know a lot of people mix their shakes into their coffee to make that as a creamer. But I drink my coffee black. I have my first bottle of water, and I have my first fueling, which today is going to be the creamy double peanut butter crisp bar. Love this one, a little sweet, a little salty. It is going to be fueling number 1 at 6:07 this morning. So I'm going to eat this, drink my coffee, drink that first bottle of water, and then I will see you back for fueling number 2. Before I go, let me invite you to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know you like this what I eat in a day type content, or any of the content that I provide. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Leave comments in the comments down below if there are videos you'd like me to make. And again, I will see you back for fueling number 2. Before I go and grade any papers, I do need to get my fueling set for the next week. So I've showed you before how I do the weekly plans. I figure out what fuelings I'm going to eat each day. I put them each into Ziploc bags. I also figure out my lean and green meals for the week, create my grocery list, and go shopping. I'm not going to go grocery shopping until tomorrow, so I will do my lean and green plan today and get that planned, and I'll talk to you about that probably later on today. But what I need to do first is get out my week 23 plan. So this is next week's plan, includes Thanksgiving Day. And I'm going to just pull my fuelings and fill in the bags. So I'm just going to go down my list and start plopping things in. So this is how I typically do it. I take the day, and I'm going to start with my Monday bag, and I am going to do the cinnamon bar. So that's the frosted cinnamon spice bar. And then I need a hot cocoa, a biscuit, a shake, and a blondie. So the hot cocoa, all of my drinks are in this one, and that's the hot cocoa. And the biscuit, the cheddar herb biscuit, is in with my breakfast basket that has pancakes that I waffle most of the time. Sometimes I do make them into pancakes. Some oatmeal and the biscuits. And then I need a shake, and I don't always state which shake I want. I'll just pick a shake. It doesn't really matter. Creamy chocolate, that works. And the blondie, and that is right here, the golden butterscotch blondie. So I've got my 5 fuelings in here for the day. Zip it up, throw it in my basket, and move on to Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these, and I'll probably speed this up so it'll be fast time. Okay, fueling's all put away. I am ready to go grade some papers, and I will see you back for fueling number 2. Okay, I am almost finished with fueling number 2. Interestingly enough, I thought I was recording and I actually took a picture instead. So let me tell you what fueling number 2 is: the chocolate chip, golden chocolate chip pancakes, which I make into 2 waffles. So I mix in 1/4 cup of water, whisk it really good, get all the lumps out, and then spray my Dash mini waffle maker and put half of the fueling in there. I cook it for about 3 minutes and take it out, and then cook the other one. Again, 3 minutes, and it makes a delicious waffle. You know me, I don't put anything on my waffles. These are sweet enough. They have chocolate in them. Why do you need to put syrup on top of it? They are delicious and sweet. Train your taste buds, train your brain to know that you don't have to douse waffles and pancakes in syrup. You can eat them plain and they are delicious. So try to break that habit. Yes, you can have that sugar-free Walden Farms, whatever, sugar-free pancake syrup. Personally, I grew up in New Hampshire and cannot stand the flavor of fake maple syrup. I mean, it's real or not at all. Which is why if we were to go out for breakfast, the only place I would ever get pancakes or waffles is at Cracker Barrel, because they have real maple syrup. Otherwise, I don't. So anyway, I'm finishing this up and I am making my menu plan for the week. And let me explain to you how I'm doing that while I'm eating. So I write the days of the week that I'm trying to plan for. I mark next to the days that David works at the fire hall, because those are days that I can do as leftovers or something that's easy, not have to worry about making a big meal because he's not here. So I have Saturday through Sunday, through this Saturday, today, through next Sunday is my plan. And I'm going to grocery shop tomorrow. So today I decided that I'm going to go ahead and have a tuna melt tonight. I haven't done this yet, so I will definitely show this to you and explain how I do it then. But that's what I'm going to do for dinner tonight. Tomorrow we're going to do blackened shrimp wraps. I will probably do some kind of a roasted vegetable on the side. I can't remember what the lean and green count is on that. I think I have the recipe in here. Blackened shrimp wraps is 1 lean, 3 greens, because it has a salsa that you make with it. So, and it has avocado and Greek yogurt. I'm going to write some of these things down that I didn't add to my list. Peppers, jalapeno. I didn't get the jalapeno the last time, so I'm glad that I looked for it, and cilantro. So when I figured this out, usually I do 2 meals that are fish. I do 2 meals that are poultry, 2 or 3 meals that are poultry, and then 1 meal is typically beef or pork. And then I typically do Fridays as leftovers. And so I've written down already kind of like the basic, like this is the protein that I'm going to use. And then I go back and I look through in my binder. I have a bunch of recipes, but then I will also look on Pinterest or on the Optavia app, or some of the YouTube channels that I watch. They do recipes as well. So I will check on those. Some of you have recommended recipes to me as well. And so some of those things I will work those recipes in. So I figure those things out, and then I look in my recipe either here or on my phone if I'm looking at that, and I write down all of the ingredients that I need. And then I have my grocery list, and then I will take my menu plan and I will come back with my menu plan and I will write my lean greens down on my menu plan and get ready to start the next one. I have already finished 1 bottle of water, so 40 ounces down. This one I will complete before I start fueling number 3. This is also my 3rd cup of coffee and my last one. So you get 3 cups of coffee. This is number 3. I will finish this and the rest of this fueling, and I will see you back here for fueling number 3. For fuelings 3 and 4 today, I'm gonna do peanut butter chocolate shake. So I'm gonna show you how I do that with no condiments, just the fuelings. The way that I do this is, first of all, I weigh out the 2 fuelings because I'm gonna combine these together. So I've got my scale zeroed out, put in the peanut butter shake, weighs in at 1 ounce. Put in, I'm using the creamy chocolate shake. You could also do the dark chocolate shake. So it weighs a little bit more. So it's 2 1/8 of an ounce is what it says. I think it's kind of probably on the border. Yeah, like it keeps going between 1/4 and 1/8, which is weird. So it's 2 1/4 ounces is what I'm gonna call it as. I'm gonna mix these 2 up and get them as combined as I possibly can. You could use a whisk. I'm just gonna use a fork. Kind of the peanut butter shake tends to get a little bit on the clumpy side, so I can break it up with my fork. Try to bring the stuff on the bottom up to the top. I probably could have done this in a bigger bowl, or I could have put the lid on this and shaken it up, but it'll all work out. All right, so I've got this all mixed fairly well. I'm gonna put, this is the one I'm gonna keep. So this is gonna make 2 shakes. Make sure this is well on the outside. So again, I'm gonna zero out my scale, and since I had 2 1/4, I want 1 1/8 is gonna go into this container, which will be half of my shake mix. Oops, I just dumped some on the, there we go, there's 1 1/8. So I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna save this for my fueling number 4, because it's gonna be the exact same thing. Just kind of having a shake day today. So for this one, I am going to, typically I do about 1 cup of water and then probably 1/2 cup of ice, maybe a little less than that. So I put the water in, and then I put the shake in, and then I put the ice in, and let me show you how I do that. So in my blender, I've got 1 cup, I actually did 1 1/4 cups of water because I think I want it a little bit thinner today. Dump in the shake mix, and I've probably got about 8 ice cubes here. Pop the top on here. One of these days I'm gonna get a NutriBullet, which is will be a lot easier to use than this one. Pop this on here. I'm gonna turn the video off because you don't need to hear this, but I'm gonna blend this up and I'll be right back. So I do let this run for a good 30 seconds just to make sure that all of the ice is fully blended up. Then I'm just gonna pour it into my cup and throw the lid on and the straw in there. Get it all out of there. And this is fueling number 3. I have also finished my 2nd bottle of water, so I need to fill that one up. My goal next is 1/2 of the bottle before fueling number 4. and then the other half before my lean and green, and then one more half of a bottle before I go to bed. And that gives me my gallon of water in a day. So I will see you back here for fueling number 4. It is time for fueling number 4. I decided that instead of doing another shake, I would save that peanut butter chocolate shake for tomorrow. And I boiled some water and made myself a nice little cup of tea because it's a cold day outside. And I took the apple oatmeal. This is the new rendition of the apple oatmeal. I mixed in 3 tablespoons of water. I divided it into 2 little mounds, patted it down a little bit with a wet finger on a sprayed piece of parchment, and I baked it at 375 for 15 minutes. And I actually flipped them over about halfway through. So I'm going to have 2 little apple oatmeal cookies in a nice cup of decaf herbal tea on this warm day. And I will see you back here for the lean and green. I am about to pop my lean and green into the oven. Let me tell you what I did. My oven is preheating to 425. As soon as it's ready, I'm going to pop this in. I took 3 of my cauliflower taco shells that I made. I've made those before. I explained earlier how to do that. Those I just keep in the freezer and pull out what I need. The taco shell size that I do, if I do 3 out of a batch, then you get 3 taco shells, which equals 2 greens. Then I took a can of albacore tuna in water. That is considered a leanest. And there was 5 ounces there, so I was lacking about a third of my protein. So I mixed the tuna with about a tablespoon of onion. That counts as a condiment. And 1 kosher dill pickle spear that I diced up. That's part of an optional snack. I also put in a little salt and pepper, and then 3 tablespoons of light mayonnaise, which counts as the 2 healthy fats that I need. Yay, my oven's ready. I sliced up 3 ounces of tomato, which counts as my 3rd green. And then the ounce of cheese, the reduced fat cheese, I spread over the 2, which rounds out my lean so that I have a complete 1 lean, 3 greens, 2 healthy fats, and 3 condiments with the salt and pepper and the onion. I'm gonna pop this in the oven at 425 for probably 4 to 5 minutes, just until the cheese is melted. And this is my lean and green. I'll take a picture of it when it is finished, and then I will be back for the last fueling of the day. And I will have successfully done a what I eat in a day, which I haven't done in a long time. So I'll see you back here for the last fueling of the day. Last fueling of the day is the fudge pudding, the chocolate pudding. I made it this morning, and it's been sitting in this little container in the refrigerator, just waiting. You can see how nice and thick it is. When you do the pudding, definitely do it first thing in the morning. I just bought these little Ziploc twist top. They hold 1 cup, and you put 1, there's even a half cup mark to put the water in. I whisk it up with my little frother, put the cover on it, stick it in the refrigerator, and do this as my last fueling of the day. So I have successfully made it through the day. I have had all of my water. I've had 3 of these bottles, and then I've had down to here, so I will finish this off before I go to sleep tonight. Not the whole bottle, but probably about half of this, and the rest of it will sit by the bed just in case I need water in the middle of the night. And that's it for today. So hopefully I'm going to get a couple of videos recorded tomorrow. I have another Thanksgiving one that I want to do with a couple of side options and a few other things. It's Thanksgiving week, guys. We are going to do this. You can be successful. You don't have to give in You don't have to go off program. You can have a wonderful time and stick with what you are paying so much to participate in right now. So, but just know I am just an email or a message away. If you need some encouragement, you need some support, please reach out to me. Reach out to your coach. That's what your coach is there for. And so I hope that you do reach out to your coaches and that you work with your coach to establish a great plan for your Thanksgiving this coming week, and talk to your coach about your concerns, things that you are hoping to avoid, or some strategies they might be able to give you for avoiding some difficult situations. But above all, I hope that you have a very blessed Thanksgiving. And until I see you next time, please live in the light.